Now then, Ukes, let's have another go at these scythe boys, shall we? And then we can go about our business proper. No success from number one. Number two's dropped something. That's promising. It's probably just a human bone shard, but let's see what we got. It's the grave scythe. We did it. We got it. Now we just need to level the bugger up. But yeah, generally its stats all round are better than the regular scythe. Although it appears we're going to need one more level of strength as well before we can actually wield the damn thing. So that's fun. We can get another level of strength pretty easily. Have we killed Rykard? I notice we've got a mimic equipped, which suggests we probably have. Yeah, we have. So let's swap out Mimic for our regular. Who is our regular? Is it Paige? It's Paige. But yeah, let's bob over to the old Maiden Husks and see what's going on over there. So now we could buy Somber 8s. But yeah, our Winged Scythe is already at plus 10, which is as good as it gets. So that's nice. As for smaller smithing stones, let's see, we need 12 of them. We need 12 of them. We need 12 of them. And then we run out of runes. Right, some rune scoffing later. Let's see. 12 of them. 10 of them. Good, so we can get our grave scythe up a little way. That's promising. Should we speak to Gideon, see what he's got to say about the whole place burning down around his ears?
You burned the Erd Tree, didn't you? Then the Round Table is soon to follow. No need to fret about that. The Round Table hold served to put a tarnished upon the throne of Elden Lord. And if the Erd Tree needed to burn for that to happen, then the Round Table must go as well.
He's remarkably stoic about the whole place, the whole thing. We could talk to him about Mogwyn Palace, I suppose.
Oh, so that's where the so-called Lord of Blood was hiding himself, eh? A fitting little squat for that deluded maniac to bleat about the revival of his precious dynasty. While he turns our fella Tarnished into bloody fingers, let him stay there. That way, his delusions will remain as they are, distant and unattainable. But perhaps it's worth looking into. If what I've heard is right, then maybe. My apologies. Lost myself for a moment there. The information you shared is of great value. As promised, your reward. And it is a wondrous thing indeed. You are a true fellow. All I ask is that you remain constant.
Huh. I wasn't aware we were actually getting a reward for that. But there we go. Fervor's Cookbook allows us to make the Bewitching Branch. Curious. A record of crafting techniques left by a man who was captivated by Centrina and continued the search for her in his slumber. Is that Gideon? Why else would he have Fervor's Cookbook on him? Curious. How you doing, Roger? Good man. Let's sell some more runes so we can continue to upgrade this scythe. So that one's plus 19 at the moment. Right, what might we want to put on the old grave scythe? Doesn't really matter. So let's go with that. So, current one is dealing 202 and 202, plus 18 and plus 114. That one's just dealing bigger numbers all round. Slightly lower extra fire damage, but significantly higher physical fire damage. It's also slightly heavier, but that's fine. But before we equip it, we'll need one more level. But before we eat any of the boss runes that we're carrying that might allow us to get that level, let's check in with Enya. Fire Giant gives us Burno Flame, which we're probably not going to use. What does Rykard give us? The Blasphemous Blade or an int, mostly int, also Faith. Yeah, we're not going to use either of those.
No.
So we could afford to eat Rykard's soul. I'm sure he'd approve. And it gets most of the way to another level. Let's see if 4 of those gets us there. Looks like it should. One more strength. Lovely. And now we got our graveside. Sweet. Looks very cool. Very cool indeed. We should probably go somewhere fun and test it out. So are we going to need to go the other way? What was the other... Yeah, maybe we'll just bob through here and down and see what that other bell bearing was, because I forget exactly what it was. I'm sure none of that lot will mind us passing through. Now, do we need to fight anything down here to get the bell bearing? I'm going to say no. We should be fine to just bob and weave and do a bit of sneaky dodge. Now, which way was it though? Was it from the top here? Yeah, that dog might be a problem. Nothing else will be though, because we are speedy. We're a speedy boy. Yeah, we are. Now, dog's not on us. Although the death blight, yeah, that could be a problem. Thinking about it, it's not going down very fast. Is anyone going to follow us this far though? Or have we just evaded everyone like a champ? Looks like we've evaded everyone. You're a hero, Yuki. Now, whilst we're here... Oh, no, I thought that's where the ladder was. Was the ladder back on that first tower? I'm sure one of these towers should have a ladder on it. But I'm not seeing them. Maybe we missed it. Maybe it was... Oh no, it's all the way back there. Never mind, eh? We're here for a bell bearing. Now, can we do the old sneaky sneaky here? Will this work? How observant are these lads? Was Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearing 3? Good. That's the one we'd need to level up Paige a bit more. Whilst we're here, let's get greedy. Grab a smithing stone 8. Can we get even greedier? Will you guys hear us if we walk through the water? Appears not. But now, yeah, I'm curious as to what's up that ladder. So it took like Annie about half an hour to make it through this section. It turns out all she needed to do was just run like a mad thing and avoid all the enemies. Right, one of them has kind of got stuck there, watching us. Or watching out for us, at least. I suppose we can take that one out. We are a big strong boy. And the dog. Wait. Dogs are going to kill us. The woodfolk couldn't do it, but the dog can. Or not. Wonderful. It was closer than thing. But yeah, that dog was deadlier than all of these woodfolk combined. What's that little cave there for? Maybe we'll investigate that on our way back down. Was that where the dog was hiding? Might be. Oh, there's another boy up here, is there? He doesn't seem to want to stagger terribly easily. And he's got good range on his moves. And he got us with the Deathlight. I wasn't even aware we were covered in it like that, but apparently we were. Ah well, we got most of what we went down there for. Which means we can now press on in a more forward sort of direction. And yeah, this is a bit with the undeads. Where, again, the answer is just run past everything. So let's try a bit of that, shall we? Excuse me, coming through. Just jumping across here, don't mind us. Just jumping across here as well. If that's cool with you guys. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Hup. And hup. Isn't it cool? Cool. Everyone's just cool with this, just waltzing through. Somber 9, very nice. And boing, speedrun. Pro strats. And now I guess we'll go down this way. Could probably do some runes, because we do want to level up our boy Page at some point. But the runes are good around here. Oi! I forgot about you. Clearly. Now, just an item up here, that's fine. But now we can make our way up through this optional side bit. More bone shards. Well, didn't quite make that jump as planned. Now then, Sam. Consecrated snowfields await. But before I forget, for like the 15th straight time, we have got some legendary weapons to gather. Or at least we've got one specific one to gather, because that's the one that can disappear if we're not careful. The old Bolt of Gransex. Hopefully we won't die in the process, because we've got a good chunk of rune about our person. Although it's entirely possible we'll get shot and die horribly, thanks to the Leyendell Knights being a pain in the bumhole. Come on. Come on, Sam. Big jumps. There we go. There she goes. Now, caution is our watchword, he says, just running straight up with not a care in the world. But we got it. That's the main thing. What are you doing, Sam? Real life Sam, that is. Where are you spooking Lulu? What'd she ever do to you? Awful cats. Now maybe we'll also just bob back into Redmayne Castle for a minute. Let's see what state the castle's in. I'm hoping the enemies are all back. Yeah, the enemies are all back. And the boss door is back. Because there might be another legendary weapon just in here, don't you know? So let's see how we get on, shall we? Got old Misbegotten again. He's stymied us in the past. Not today though. And now it's 2-on-1 against the Crucible Knight. Now we hate Crucible Knights. But this one's not the strongest in the world. And there's 2 of us. Ouch. Safety flask. Although really, yeah, we're a bit OP for this fight now. But I'm always down for a bit of Crucible Knight revenge. We got the Ruins Greatsword. That's pretty legendary. Let's take a look, shall we? 50 strength, 16 int. It's part of Farum Azula that fell out of the sky and was turned into a weapon. It's not actually that enormous. It's not that bulky. It doesn't take up huge chunks of the screen as you might expect. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Jeez, that's an attack. So that'd be fun to play as on one of our many builds at some point. Well, it'd be fun to play as in the future off camera, is what I should say. And now we've got a level's worth of runes thanks to the 15k or so we got from that fight. At least I think we have. Oh no, we need another 7k. Madness. So we've got 2 colossal swords, we've got the shotel, and we've got the spears. We've got 4 of what I believe to be 9. Now we've also got some runes though, so we could easily spend a few of those and get a level. Got an absolute ton of runes, in fact. What else are we going to do with this Lord's rune aside from pop it for a level? Let's just eat all these big runes. Oh, I should probably go back to base actually and see what we could do with Mohg's Rough Soul. So yeah, we've got a flail and an Ash of War that we don't need from Astel. I mean, if anyone's going to be able to use Morgoth's Cursed Sword, it's old Sam. Although we haven't got the dex for it. And then we've got the Remembrance of the Bloodlord. So we've got a Strength, Dex and Arcane Spear. With the Blood Boon Ritual. Explosions of Blood. It coats the armament with Blood Flame for a while. Or we just got Blood Boon, which is an incantation that allows us to throw flaming blood all over the place. Cool. Not for us, but cool nonetheless. So then maybe let's eat Astel. And that should give us enough for 1 more level. So we're up to 57 Vigor, which is where I wanted to get to at least. I mean, still worth probably getting up to 60, but it's not as useful. So maybe we get Arcane to 30. That adds 2. That adds 1. But that also adds a bit of defense. That also adds a bit of defense. That'll do. Now, back to the snowfields, I think. Because we've got some exploring to do. So let's go left. There's a ghost there talking about how we can follow the light path to the Haligtree. But what happens if we just go left instead? I feel like the answer is we don't get to pick up the map because the map is probably somewhere along that road. but that's probably fine. Oh, is this death? This looks like death. Try horse and then clear sky ahead. Yes. It does look like clear sky, doesn't it? And yeah, you can just about see the edge of the cliff there, I feel. So maybe it is possible to just stumble to our death if we're not careful out here. But we'll hug this left cliff edge and see what happens. Now if they were real mean, they would put something down there. Oh. That's leading us to a catacomb, but it's broke. Which way would that have been facing? I guess that would have been pointing back to the hidden path to the Haligtree, more or less. No, there's definitely a path down there. The ghost trees kind of indicated that there was a drop-off, so could have been meaner than it was. Bird. Death ahead, therefore be wary of cliff. Thank you. Yeah, we kind of established that, but it's good to know nonetheless. Now, what's that here? What are you? Oh, you're a duelist. Oh, he's gripped us. Oh! He's gripped us and he's snaked us and he's nearly thrown us off the cliff. That's no fun. Now, where is our thing? There it is. Lovely. Wasn't actually aware we still had that on, but I'm glad we did. Might need it then. I was going to say let's take it off, but ooh, so that's where you get the rotten battle hammer. Causes scarlet rot buildup. And it's a great hammer, so even big strong warriors get to engage in scarlet rot based fun. That's cool. And that helmet looks very silly indeed. Eaten through by scarlet rot. Yes. Where it becomes slightly easier target for foes, so what, it draws aggro, I guess? Now, are there going to be any more rot boys in the area? Let's assume there are, and keep that 2 fingers heirloom on. That's an enemy. Oh, that's an enemy as well. Peasants. Dropping nothing of much use to us. So yeah, let's head back to the cliff edge, I think. And continue to press on. Let's see what's what. Now, if we're going to be methodical, then maybe we head back to the cliff face, where we dropped off. And then, yeah, we work our way back over to the wall. That doesn't sound good at all. Is that... Yeah, that's a room there. Ah, jeez. Ouch. And we're gripped. He's giving us a hug. Oh god. How have you not fallen off the cliff there, you horrible shit? Yeah, we're about dead. Although, he's letting us heal, which is good of him. Oh, there's a smaller bear as well. What? Although I think he just killed the smaller bear for us. So that was kind of him. And there go pretty much all of our flasks. But there goes the rune bear. Totally worth it. Yep, beast blood, lump of flesh. What a worth it fight that was. So anyway, as I was saying, we make our way back to this cliff, and then this time we hug the right wall and have a peek up here. Looks like we don't find much of anything. That's leading us back up to the top. Torch guy. Yeah, whole lot of nothing out here. We may have found everything there is to find at this lower level. Who's on to us now? Wolves? Ooh, Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. We'll take that. 23. Have we got time to read that before we get savaged by wolves? Frozen raisin and some clarifying meats. Very well. Now, at this point we're thoroughly lost. And who are you? You're an Albinauric. You're like Lieutenant, but a bit more mobile, because your wolf isn't yet dead. We'll do something about that if we can. Some Trinas, cool. Right, so we've got wolf riding Albinaurics out here. That's good to know.